Hey guys, this is one of my good friends, Madison. So I'm going to show you how I dose this tox. I showed you the first video, like the consultation, how I talk to men. And you can see how I baby him. 2 vibrators on his face. For men, they have low, flat eyebrows. Men get very freaked out at the thought of you raising their eyebrows. So you have to explain to them the reason why I'm adding a heavy dose in your orbicularis oculi and your glabellar complex is not to raise your eyebrows. It's to prevent them from dropping and making them look really weird. So for him, he has no fat hypertrophy. He has no fat bags. So I'm starting under the eye. You can see him a little bit farther back than I am for women. Only because that orbicularis oculi muscle is thicker. So you basically have them smile and you see how far it comes out. Some people get really nervous, or some they get really nervous going around your eyes. For me, it's a no. Like, I do not negotiate. You have to add this. If not, they're going to look so weird. They're going to look like Simon Cowell. I don't know if you saw that photo, but it's going to drop them. So this is just literally stabilizing their lateral orbicularis oculi to prevent dropping. Now you can see here, I'm holding in the middle of the glabellar complex. This is the corrugator muscle. It's wide and thick. Most of males' corrugators are wide and thick. So I might do 2 injection points. See, when he frowns, I did 1 medial. Now I'm going and that's 5 units. Now I'm doing another 4 units, about, I would say, half a centimeter away from that, more lateral, deep. Now I'm going halfway in, that's the tail, and I'm doing another 4 units. So that's 5 plus 5 is 10 plus another, that's 14 units just on that side. So the entire glabellar complex, I think I did 40 units because I did 14 and 14, and then the Proceras, I'm doing 5 units, and then I did 3 units, and then I went back to the top and decided to add 2 more, because if not, you get that caveman syndrome where that Proceras will fold over on top of itself. So you have to be really careful and explain to them. I chose Zeman for him. Most men I like Dysport. Dysport's stronger. This is Madison's first time. He was scared shitless, so I'm like, fine, I'll do a light one. Then you can see here, I'm actually going lateral. This is where most people go wrong. They forget to go lateral because they want to be safe. You have to go lateral or you're going to get Spock. You have to go lateral. So you can see I'm separating about 1 inch to 1.5 inches. Or centimeter rather, sorry. So 1 to 1.5 centimeters, and then I'm staggering, and he has a tall forehead, so I have to go higher. I have to do basically that lower row, and then I'm going above. I'm doing 2 units in each site. If you do not go lateral, you will get a Spock. Hear that again, you have to. So it's very, very important. So lateral. And these are just little extras. I'm doing 1 little units here just to cover my basis. Men, I always bring them back and follow up. This little guy is going to his high school reunion, so he needs to look flawless. So it's hard to dose them. You can always underdose and then bring them back. And you can see here, I went a little higher close to his eye because that wrinkle was bothering me. So I went a little bit closer, but you can see I'm going to come all the way out, and I'm spreading these out a finger breadth. So if you're confused, like what the heck is a centimeter or 1.5 centimeters, just take your thumb and put it in between the little dots, and that's where you're going to go. Also, you can see where that wrinkle was right there. I went right into the wrinkles. For the very, very beginners that you guys are watching, you're going on the hilltops, not the valley. So in between the wrinkles. And again, you have to explain to the male why you're adding some under his brow. He's going to be very nervous. That's going to raise up his eyebrow, and you're going to explain to him you're not. The reason why it's not going to raise up is because you're going in the forehead right there where that pull is from. That's going to prevent a Spock. So very important. So hopefully you guys liked this. Comment any questions here. That I always leave a little extra to sprinkle everywhere. And then corrugator, I go deep. Sorry, my hand's right in the way, but I hold on the inside of the orbital rim. I go straight down deep. I did 5 units at the head of the corrugator. Remember, the corrugators for the men are very thick and wide. So doing just 1 at the head usually doesn't cut it. So I'm doing 2. 1 was medial. This is the second one. It's deep. I'm doing another 5 units. This is more lateral. And then I'm doing the tail. I hold, I go at the side, I find the tail. I'm doing another 4 units. And then this is the supercilii as well. This is where kind of the corrugator meets the Proceras. And I'm going right in the corner just because I saw that little kind of fold, because that corrugator was pretty strong. So each side is supercilii right in the middle here, and that just helps to lift the inside of the brow. That's your differential diagnosis. If they come back heavy in the next couple of weeks and they still have pull for that corrugator, you want to add a little bit right in that area. So hopefully you enjoyed and you guys have a good evening. Comment questions and I will answer tomorrow.